Mother Show with Jody
and Alex Misiak.
And today we want to wish every mother out there a happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day weekend, because in theory it's not till Sunday, but we want to celebrate you all weekend long. And in fact, you deserve more than a weekend. So I deserve more than a weekend.
Yes. All moms everywhere.
Yes. So happy Mother's Day weekend to all your mamas out there. And I would love, Alex, your point of view or what you'd like to say to the moms, because like I'm a mom myself. So I obviously want to cheer us on and like wish us a happy Mother's Day. But I would love a male's perspective, a father, a husband's perspective on Mother's Day. I know I'm putting you on the spot a little.
That's okay. What is it? Is it Blake Shelton? He's got that country song. Maybe I'm saying the wrong one. He's got a line in it that says, every mama should qualify for sainthood. And I was like, yeah, they really should. Because, as whatever your dynamic is, your family dynamic, it does seem like mommy's the go-to person, right? Like mommy's the one who's going to make the hurt better. Mommy's the one I want to cuddle. Mommy's the one who's going to get me dressed, right? As much as I put myself out there and try to help, it is, at least with our kids, it is very much a, we just want mommy to do it. You know, even I'm right here, guys. Like, there's a lot of families out there with parents, with both parents, and it's, the dad's not there, right? Not that he doesn't want to be, but he just might not be able to be. I'm here a lot of the times, and they still don't want to.
Daddy, go away, Daddy.
Yeah, they'd rather, even if you're in the middle of something and you're juggling stuff, they're like, no, I want mommy. It's like,
and they'll actually wait for me.
Yeah, depending on their mood, yes, but yes, they will. They would prefer to do that.
No.
So to all the moms everywhere, you guys are amazing, and there's definitely going to be that bond that you have with your children that, as much as we try as dads, we're not going to get it because, chances are you carried the child to term. So that there's that extraness there. And there's a lot more, when you raise a kid from an infant, they're basically attached to you for a while there. So there's going to be a much deeper love. And I'm not envious of that at all. I think it's beautiful and wonderful. So yeah, a big celebration for all you moms out there. You're doing good. So give yourself a break. Like I said last week.
Yes, that's true. I also want to shout out to anybody that's adopted, because I know some adopted parents out there as well. And they still have that bond. I think it's even like the moms we just shared. I think it's just our caregiving nature. Like we nurture. We're nurturers, most of us as females. So I think that we just parent slightly different. That it, like the kids, I don't know, maybe. But anyways, I just wanted to say, like, for the ones that have, maybe
adoptive children,
that maybe not have carried their babies in their belly, but that still have that attachment to their children. And I think it's just that bond you have with a mom. And if you have daughters, then it's a really big attachment.
Yes.
And I think even with sons, there's a saying, like, son's a son until he marries a wife, and a daughter's
a daughter for
forever.
The rest of her life.
But so that just means like even sons have like a connection with their moms. Like I think of like Jaden and I, and he just wants cuddles all the time.
Yeah.
So, but he's 3. We're gonna be next week. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my take on moms and how amazing you all are. I love my moms. Happy Mother's Day to you, Mom. And happy Mother's Day to you, Jody.
Oh, thanks, honey. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. So, like you just said, Alex, a little while ago, and last week, give yourselves a break. If you're the type of mom that just does so much for others, today do something for yourself. Or this week, this weekend, wherever you can find time, is give yourself your own love. And just know that you matter, that somebody out there loves you. And I think of my mom. Now, she doesn't listen because she doesn't actually have internet. But I think of like my mom where we don't always talk anymore. We used to be like best friends. And then I'm become a mom. And I've been, doing my own thing with my kids. But even though I don't talk to my mom every day or as much as I'd like to, I think of her often. So if you're a mom out there with grown children, just know that maybe they don't say it as much as they'd like to, or they don't talk to you as enough, but you're always on their minds, because it's a connection that you really can't undo, really.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is this bond that is created early in life. And yes, the relationships might not be exactly where they used to be or different things like that. But a mom is a mom, is always going to be your mom.
Yes.
Coming from my own mom, like from being a mom, and also from knowing, like I was really close with my mom, and then I got into my own motherly duties and my own mother, like my mom, like the mom life, I guess. And
but you still have that connection with your mom, and you
Yes.
still think about her. And
Often,
still
yes.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I just don't talk to her as much as I'd like to. Our schedules don't line up usually as often, but she's still my mom, and I still think of her. So if you have older kids, just know that they may not say it or call you as much as you'd like, but I'm sure they're thinking of you.
Yeah. So back to doing something for you, I think and that's key, because a lot of times, again, and there's always the societal pressure to be like, well, you're a mom, shouldn't you be doing something with your kids and your family on Mother's Day? And it's like, yeah, you do something. We do something with kids every day, and you can do something with, if that's what you want, if that's what lights you up, then definitely do something with your family or your kids for Mother's Day. But also remember, you're not just a mom. So like, you're you.
Yes.
And
you need some loving too.
Yes. So whatever that needs to be for your self-care and self-love, take time this week. If you should be taking time all the time for it, right? Like, you should always be working in, but especially now.
If you need an excuse, this is your excuse to do it.
That's good. I like that.
So like for me, I always try to get to the spa whenever I can, and the haircuts and stuff, but I've kind of, let my hair slide a little. So I have myself booked in today, actually, for a haircut and a pedicure. So like, it's just doing the little things. Like, and if that's something that's not for you, like we talk about self-care and self-love all the time, but like self-care, it's just something that lights you up. So, do something that lights you up. Maybe it's go for a walk by yourself. So whatever it is, like I like getting pampered. I like somebody washing my hair.
You might want a nice meal. You might
let somebody else cook for you.
Let somebody else cook for you. That's a good one. You might like want a nice bike ride where you don't have the kids in tow.
Yes, yeah.
Or
even reading
by yourself, whatever. There's so much out there, and for every individual. So
try to give yourself at least an hour, least over the weekend.
If you need, hopefully. Longtime listeners have been building up their routines and doing their kinds of stuff, some sort of daily practice, 15 minutes or whatever. But if you are like me and you're not always, you kind of let things slide sometimes, this is your excuse. Take it and just be like, no, I'm going to do something for me. It's Mother's Day. So I'm going to do something for me as a mom. But
we are giving you the permission. Permission to take time for you. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be long. I would love if you could give yourself an hour. However, if you're new to this all and it's really challenging, even 15 minutes of reading or just anything that lights you up is awesome.
Yeah.
So like I said before, I actually went to the spa today. And then then we always do a Mother's Day road trip, which I'm excited about again this year. But sometimes we do things that we think is going to be fun. And then last year, I'm going to just feed in a little bit.
That sounds good.
Because I think we have time. So last year, we've been doing our Mother's Day road trip now for, I feel like since I become a mom.
Oh, a while now. Yeah.
So we do these fun adventures. We go on hikes and we just try different areas. We'll forget what we did last year. We end up usually at a beach because I love beaches. But last year I forgot that our kids were different than the year before. So they were, arguing in the car. They needed to eat sooner, and we couldn't find the first stop that we wanted to go to.
Yeah.
So things just kept building up, and it wasn't pretty. And I said, like, the next year, we're not going to do this anymore. And instead of not doing it, we're actually just going to change it up a little. Like, we're going to make sure we have, like, car snack packs ready to go for the kids and myself, because I got hangry. And just different things, like prepare better. And if we don't find something, then like stop and just eat, kind of thing. So sometimes something doesn't happen the way you want it to. And sometimes you can come back right away from it. And other times you just need to look back at it later and learn from it.
That's a good lesson. I mean, maybe this is your, you don't normally do something for yourself on a Mother's Day weekend, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then it doesn't go well. It goes spectacularly badly, like it did for us a year ago. That is not, that's not a sign that you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
it just means you have to do something else or do it differently.
So like what I had to learn was our kids were a year older than the year before. It came down as that. And, because they weren't really napping in the car anymore. Like our kids, I think they didn't. I think was Jaden front facing at that point. I can't remember exactly, but it was a little intense. And so it's just relearning that and realizing that our kids are changing too. So even though something worked a year before, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work the next year. And it's actually, so instead of being stuck in the past and in this routine and this tradition, it's let the tradition build and grow as you do. Mm. And it's just really looking at where are your kids now? Where are you at now? And like, for me, I now I actually quite a bit differently than I did a year ago. So I'm also going to need to plan my food differently than I did a year ago. So I'm going to be doing it with the kids and myself. And this time now, Anastasia's in public school. So she actually has to be at school really early on the Monday morning. So instead of actually doing it on Mother's Day, we're doing it on the Saturday.
Right.
And then Mother's Day, we can just chill at home. Like, I'm not actually expecting anything fancy. I actually just want to plant a couple flowers in the flower beds with my kids and you, and just like take a load off. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. And the fun thing is about with our road trips is I actually get to see my mom.
Oh yeah, as we drive through.
We drive past their house, and we can actually just like a quick stop in. So it's actually kind of fun to do.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, to do, I add my Mother's Day trip in with my mom, so kind of thing. So, because they like to just sit around the house for a day, and I like adventure for Mother's Day. Like, if I'm gonna celebrate Mother's Day, I want to be out and about and doing things. So when you learn that somebody else is doing something different than you want to, you can just change it up and do your own thing. So
awesome.
Because I don't always like sitting around just chilling, right? So
no,
and neither do our kids.
No,
so we found something that works for them and
us.
So yeah, so it's really just, if you don't have a family tradition for Mother's Day, or maybe you do, I actually would love to take my mom to high tea or afternoon tea sometime. I think around here they call it a high tea, but not on a Mother's Day weekend because it's too crowded.
Yep.
But so do what feels right to you and your family. It always comes down to that. Is do what's right for you and then your family.
Awesome.
So again, we want to wish you all a happy Mother's Day. And if you're a guy out there listening, a husband, a father, give your wife, your spouse some extra, hugs and
take a step back from all the stuff that you're thinking of, if you don't do it normally, and just really appreciate that that woman in your life who's helping to raise your children, right? And be thankful, be grateful, and give her that time that she's asking for,
and just give them show your gratitude, because sometimes like you might feel it and you might even say it sometimes, but just take a moment to just really think about it. And if you don't have a wife or a spouse, take a moment to even just say Happy Mother's Day to your mom this year. Maybe you always do, but just, realize that, there's a day, and I had mixed emotions about Mother's Day in general, because I feel like we should always take time for ourselves. We should always celebrate being a mom and all this stuff. But if we need a day to really celebrate it and to really remember, it's just like random act of kindness days.
Right.
Or that day.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't usually partake in it. But if people need a day to do it and go out of their way to do it, I'm all for it. So like those are things that should always be happening I'd love them to happen every day. And it's just something we do, not something we need a day for. However, again, if we need a day, I'm all cool with celebrating it and, taking that day to really, emphasize it.
Yeah. To shine a light on it.
Yeah. And to go, woohoo! You're doing an awesome job, moms. And we just hope you have a beautiful, magical, relaxing Mother's Day this year.
All my love to all you moms. All right.
And happy Mother's Day. Bye for now.